Hey friends, welcome to Whiskey and Whit. In today's video, I'm going to show you a ton of inspiration for how you can make some different wood DIYs perfect for Christmas, so stay tuned. The arts and crafts company ARTEZA reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in trying out some of their items. And when I checked out their website, I saw these canvases and I thought these would be perfect for signs. So they sent me a pack and I'm going to show you some different things you could do with them. They are awesome. So the first one, I ended up staining it with my favorite stain. You guys know Dark Walnut by Minwax. And then I grabbed this Dollar Tree sign, chopped off the ends, and decided to use this as a sign for Finn's room. I thought it was so cute with the little Santa motif. So I first trimmed everything with scissors and then I went through with a straight cut and trimmed it down so I had straight edges. It took me a couple times to get it framed exactly how I wanted to. These particular signs I'm using are 8x10, but they have a ton of different sizes. I will link more information down in the description box for you if you're interested in checking them out. Once everything was cut to size, I grabbed some Mod Podge. I put some Mod Podge on the back of the box picture that I cut out, and then I ended up sticking it to the sign. I made sure each corner was stuck down fully, and that was it. This sign looks like something, honestly, you'd pick up from a craft fair or that somebody would custom make. You would never guess that it was made from a Dollar Tree box and this sign blank. So this is awesome, especially if you don't have any type of vinyl cutter. Every single store has upped their game that I've seen with their gift wrap. There's so many things that look like prints, and this particular one I'm going to display with this cute little box that matches in Finn's room. Up next is a buffalo check variation of these signs, and it's so easy to paint, so I am going to show you. So I obviously made a green and a white buffalo check, so I started by using ARTEZA's acrylic paint, and I painted both signs fully. Then for the buffalo check, I went through with 1-inch painter's tape. I used a little piece as a spacer, and I spaced out some horizontal or vertical lines depending on how you set up the sign. Then I mixed that same green I used as a base with a little bit of black paint to darken it, and then I went through and painted all of the stripes. Once that's dry, peel off all of your painter's tape and you're going to repeat the same step but in the opposite direction. So go through, use the same little spacer, and make sure that you have everything evenly spaced across your sign. Then before you paint, you're going to want to go through, I do this so I know where to put my tape back, and mark where your tape was before. So basically you're putting an X where the lighter color green is, and that way you have an easy guide when you go back to put your painter's tape back after you paint. I have screwed up so many projects putting the paint in the wrong spot, so that's the easiest way I have learned how to do that. So then I went back through with that same dark green paint and painted my stripes. And then for this time, you're not going to remove the tape, you're going to leave it on, and then you're going to use those marks to put your tape back on from the first round. Then go through with the little squares that are still exposed without the painter's tape over them, paint over it with black, and then when I paint my squares, I just go ahead and peel the tape off right away. That way nothing is going to seal under the paint. I also like to go through and rough it up with a little bit of sandpaper, but that's totally optional. And these look so great in vignettes. The same thing for the white buffalo check. You follow the same procedure, but instead of really having to mix your own, you could definitely use a gray if you don't want to mix your white and black, but if you just want to use 2 colors of paint, you could do that too. I also wanted to share my little mess up here with you because I am not perfect. I touched that one white square with some painty hands, but I just went through, touched it up, and then went through with some sandpaper to make everything look new. So you can leave them plain as is, or for this one, I ended up adding a little cedar wreath that I had, and then these berries are just a garland from Dollar Tree. I attached it with some twine to the back of the sign, and I like that I can either leave that on or remove the sign if down the line I want to use that buffalo check for year round. There's a lot of different options. Now, if you're more of a sayings person for your signs rather than a print, this next one is for you. And I love the saying on here, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. So this one I did use my Cricut for, and this is a free download I will link for you guys down below. I designed this in Canva, my favorite place. Then I went through with my paper transfer tape and put it onto my sign. I cut the decal at 8 by 10 so it would fit the canvas completely. And then I covered my just regular permanent vinyl with some Mod Podge to seal it down so my paint wouldn't bleed. Now, I always get questions on the sign that I use on my mantle every year, and I use the same technique, so I wanted to do this on this video so you guys had a reference point. You just go over the top of that stencil with some white paint, and then I did 2 to 3 coats depending on the look you're going for, and then go through and weed everything off with your little weeding tool. And then you've got a white based sign with your letters and everything in that stained color. Last step is I went through with some 100 grit sandpaper, really roughed up the letters and the edges to give it that real rustic look. And then after I sanded it, I go through with a paper towel after I really kind of rub everything off, and that gets any remnants of the sandpaper, any little paint bits, it'll just clean up your sign. And then it was all done. I love the thick end around these canvases as well because you can set up your signs and they will sit on their own. You could add a kickstand if you really want to, or they can lean up against each other. But I love the buffalo check with the sentiment. You could do traditional red and black buffalo check. The process is the same. And this is going to probably go on my mantle. Another thing that caught my eye on the ARTEZA site were these awesome wood slice ornaments. So I have a ton of different ideas and I made a lot of different options. So the first one is just by using photos. I wanted some pictures of Alex and I for the tree in our bedroom. So I picked some of my favorites from our engagement photos as well as our maternity photos. Took my individual ornaments, traced it over the top of the picture. So this is just a regular picture printed on printer paper from Walgreens, trimmed everything down, added some Mod Podge to the ornament, and then added some Mod Podge on the top of the picture to seal everything down. It is a super simple process, but this is an awesome way to have your tree personalized. You can do memories, you could print out different sayings, you could do a lot of different things with this technique. Then your last step is to just pop a hole through. I ended up using my Cricut weeding tool, but you could use a skewer if you've got like a little needle, just something sharp that you can pop the hole through the picture. And then these particular ornaments came with jute twine, so you could just go ahead and put that into the ornament. I tied it through with just a quick little knot on the end, and these are so cute. I'm so excited to put them on the tree in our bedroom. I love that there are a ton of different memories that we can think about when we look at the tree. And also I plan to make some of these with our Christmas card family photo. We are going to take those this weekend, so I'm super excited to share those and make some ornaments that way. Using that same technique, you can create some fabric covered ornaments. So if you are not big into painting your own buffalo check, this is a really easy way around it. You can use fabric or ribbon or a scarf, really just whatever you've got on hand. This just happened to be scrap from another project. I traced and cut just like I did with the pictures, and then applied it same way with that Mod Podge again and let it dry. Pop a hole through the fabric and then go ahead and hang it. Now for this particular one, I wanted to add a little bit of extra something, a little zhuzh to it. So I grabbed these little snowflake ornaments that I got for a $1.98 for the whole pack. I popped off the ribbon because it didn't really go with that. And then I just strung it along right on to that ornament. I did the same thing with some other small ornaments I also got from Walmart. So this Merry and Bright Farm Fresh Trees over a red and white buffalo check. I made that from some ribbon I had left over from a project. It's a great scrap buster if you're looking for that. And these are really fun to add to your tree. So this clip is just showing you how I painted them. So I took a regular paintbrush just with some ARTEZA acrylic paint, and I went through and did some circular motions so I could use the end of the brush to get all the way around the ornament. So my first painted idea is you could go through with some washi tape and use the same technique as before to create buffalo check ornaments. You can also take some of those small ornaments where, again, these came from Walmart, but you can get them at a lot of different stores and tie it on to black so it looks like a little chalkboard. Or you could create something a little bit different than an ornament like these stocking hangers I created. So this year I was hoping to buy an F that matched all of our stocking hangers for Finn. Unfortunately, Target does not carry that anymore. So I wanted to make some new ones so that we could label all of our stockings. So I just painted 4 ornaments black, cut out everybody's name in the font Roomba from Canva, cut those out on my Cricut, applied them to the ornament, and then I just took some jute twine and added some tape so it acted as a little makeshift needle. I threaded on 10 of these small little beads that I got from Michael's. I will link this set that I got down below. It was just like a multi-pack, so these are left over from other projects. I added 10 to each, all the same size wood beads. Then once everything was strung, I put them all in the same row so I could try to make the loops the same size, just so then that way when they were hung, they would hang at the same level. I went through, just did a little knot at the end to create a little loop. I chopped off any extra jute twine and those were complete. You could add ribbon, you could dye the beads if you are not looking for a neutral look, but our stockings are red and black buffalo check, so I decided to keep it simple with these, but the black will definitely go really well with it. And I also like that I could use these year round if I wanted to put our name on something else. You could also put your last name. There's a lot of different options here. I'm really excited to break out our stockings and hang this up, so be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss my Decorate With Me for Christmas video coming soon. Another way that you can customize these with a Cricut is paint your ornament once again, and then I decided to make a gift for my brother and sister-in-law because they recently bought a new house. They got married this year, and so I put their last name and the year that they got married. I also created one a little tongue-in-cheek that said, "We survived 2020." And then I wanted to spruce these up a little bit more than just tying on the jute twine. So I took one end of the jute twine, tied it to the end of my ornament a couple times so it would stay. Then I put 3 of those wood beads that I had left over onto the end. I tied the same type of knot that I did on my little stocking hangers, and then it was still a little plain for me, so I added just some ribbon that I recently got from Michael's, just some red buffalo check. I tied it in a cute little bow, chopped off the ends so that they were finished. I cut them at an angle. And then I also did the same thing for the ornament for my brother and sister-in-law. Now these make obviously really cute ornaments, but they also make really awesome gift toppers. So you could create this, your gift topper or your gift tag also acts as a gift. So they both watch my videos, so they obviously know one thing they're getting for Christmas, but that's totally okay. If they text me about this, I know they actually watch my videos, so there's a plus there too. A huge thank you to ARTEZA for sending me a ton of supplies. Like I said, all the information on their stuff will be linked down below. I also got a hobby knife set from them, which is what I use to cut out the face of this. I will link that video up above so you can check that out next. Everything they sent me, I would highly recommend. I'm super picky with the types of items that I use for my craft projects. I want to make sure that they're good quality, high end, and a really good value. And all of these items that they sent me pass all of those tests. And I also have a discount code for you down in that box as well. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss my future Christmas videos, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!